Hello, everybody. I'm the Sonic Arrow, and it's currently way past my bedtime. Go away, news! God, that news app is annoying. Can I? Get rid of it? Hmm? Let's lock the taskbar. I don't know. Hmm. Uh. Um. Huh? No, I cannot. It doesn't look like. Volume network microphone. Yeah. Looks like I can't. Anyway, back to the game. Let's go. Oh, thank God we got Luna's End. We have this one to go through with Tenmyoji and Quark. We have yet to go all the way through here because I don't know the other bomb numbers. But I assume at the end of this one, this is the true ending to the game. That's probably Phi's ending. So that means 5 minutes of life. Let's jump here. See if we know, if we remember the tinfoil. Cybernetic, yeah. What the hell was that? I have cybernetic arms? It was both shocking and utterly obvious. Of course my arms were artificial. Titanium alloy bones with an ABT exterior to mimic human skin, but I had no idea why, nor did I know when my human arms, which I distinctly remember having, had been replaced. In that flash of Luna I had seen, I was certain it never happened. Those things hardly mattered, though. If I survived, I could worry about them later. The fact that my arms were mechanical, however, might be useful. I called up all the strength I had left and stood one more time. What are you waiting for? Why don't you open it already? Did I stutter? Open the number 9 door. Then hurry up and... Don't worry about me. Go. You have to get outside and call for help. You think Dio will? He's the only one who gets out of here? There's no hope for the rest of us. You're the only one we can count on. If I began to move, it was already too late. Dio grabbed the lever and threw it down. Yeah, I know. Just get going already. But, just you, Kay. As Dio turned to look at me, I crouched. Then, calling on every last bit of strength my wearied body could supply, I launched myself toward him like a coiled spring. Slammed into his legs, knocking him to the floor, and wrapping my hands around his ankle before he could get back up. He lashed out with his free leg at my head, shoulders, and arms, but I held on. I ignored the pain, tightening my grip with every blow. Yeah, so did I. As far as I recall, I didn't say anything about letting you escape. Dio began to pull himself along with his elbows, bit by bit, edging closer to the exit. He was headed straight toward the door, but the gate was already beginning to close. With only a few feet to spare before it shut, he crawled across the threshold and beyond the door. Heh. Alright, see you later, Dio. No, I'm going to live. Ho ho ho! Execution style! The announcer's voice grated at the inside of my skull. I felt tired. So very tired. I felt my eyes flutter closed, and then nothing. Oh! Hello? Okay, well. That was something. Hey, 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 I'm alive. Where am I? Rubbed my eyes and slid my legs off the bed to stand up. Well, to be honest, there was an examination table, not a bed, which meant the infirmary, huh? You guess? Why? Whoa. And after he knocked you out, he voted betray, which brought his BP up to 9. So where is he now? Oh, yeah. Arm? I looked down at my left hand, or rather, I looked down where my left hand should have been. Instead, there was a stub wrapped in white gauze. Told myself I'd do anything to get the cure, even if it meant letting Dio betray me, but I had a feeling I might come to miss my hand. Oh yeah, how's Quark? Quark, man, I'm glad you're alright. Feeling better? Yes! Seemed they'd shared stories while I was asleep. Everyone knew how I'd made a deal with Dio, and about the journal we found with Latin in it. Clover and Phi seemed to have done most of the talking. Yes! Those words from Quark, they make my heart happy. He's okay! He's up and around after so long of not knowing if he was okay. Oh my god, this is the best day ever. Woo! Episode number, what is it? 26? 25? 26! No tinfoil. Jesus. Removing the arm instead of the bracelet. I don't know. Yeah. Fi and I already gone over it, but I explained what I noticed. Well, if we were in shelter for uninfected people, why had Quark been infected? Any place designed to keep a virus like that out would have a lot of safeguards to keep anything from getting in. Had the virus really bypassed all those measures? It didn't seem likely. 2. The timing of our abductions and the pandemic's outbreak was strange. It would make sense if we'd been rescued after the disease became widespread, but that wasn't what happened. First we'd been abducted, then the pandemic had broken out. 3. We didn't know why Zero would put us in the Nonary game. If we were survivors he wanted to protect, then why try and kill us? If we were in a shelter, why wasn't it safe? Who on earth would make people he rescued play a game where they could die just because he was bored. What? What are you saying? What I did at the number 9 door was all pointless? You made it up? What's on my leg? Dirt? Mud? What is that? Doesn't smell like diarrhea. How do you make that mistake? Meaning? Or knew about it in the first place? God, I hope so. Repopulate. Looked around and did a quick inventory. Four women, an old man, and a kid. That meant I was the only young, fertile male. Repopulation, huh? That didn't sound so bad. If that was the case, maybe there wasn't any reason to escape. Wow! If the newspaper and the journal were right, then the world outside was crawling with a deadly virus. Why would we go expose ourselves to that? It should be the safest, happiest place on Earth. Where is this going? Okay. Eight? There's 7. Ah. Yeah, you're right. I never even considered that. But we didn't find a knife or any kind of weapon in the AB room with her. What? That's ridiculous. Sure, okay. We looked down at the body of the old woman. Fi was the first to move. Quietly and methodically, she began to examine the woman and her clothes. And just stood there. Even if she was dead, no, especially because she was dead, it just didn't feel right touching her. After a few silent minutes, Fi suddenly stopped. She pulled something from one of the old woman's sleeves and held it out toward me. A card? Kurashiki. Akane Kurashiki! Boom! Boom! And it's not her brother Aoi Kurashiki, because there was only the two of them. It's Akane Kurashiki. And I know what you're gonna say. Yes, I knew that. Because of the wedding ring on her finger. I know who gave it to her, too. I'm not revealing that just yet. Huh, looks like her name is Kurashiki. Kurashiki. Ever heard of it before? No. Anything on the back? Jumpy doll! Ah! Ah! Yes! There's something written here. It says Jumpy doll. For what, though? The hell does that mean? Looks like handwritten. She must have put it here herself so she wouldn't forget it. We were still looking the card over when I heard a commotion from the other part of the room. Vi and I turned around and gasped. Ran to the other end of the room and skittered around the partition. Stood Alice, her hand wrapped tightly around the scalpel. She didn't seem stable. Her eyes were flat and hollow. Her face was an emotionless mask. She was not well. The look on her face was all too familiar. Quark. She looked just like Quark had before he went insane, but that meant... Her hand moved, lifting the scalpel high up in the air, then driving it down toward her heart. Did I jump in front of it? Nope! And Quark. Equal and opposite reaction. Huh. Well, nothing left to do except get the password for the bomb. Kurashiki pass equals Jumpy doll. It was Akane Kurashiki. The password, what was most important to her, that Junpei gave to her. Boop. Have you ever seen a computer this old in a while? Something on the screen. I don't really think so. I think the line's got two heads. Looks like a monster from Greek myth or something. Looks like it's asking for an ID and password underneath the line. Huh. Keyboard doesn't seem to be working, though. Guess we can't enter anything then. What's this? Checked it out earlier, but I think it's just a business card holder. Business card holder? Yeah, it's a file where you put business cards. They got all these weird shapes on the back. I think maybe if you line them up in a particular way, you get some sort of hint. You can give it a shot. Lola, Tony, Bob, Sophie, Ann, Kate, Carol, Chris, Ian, Michael, Ellen, John. That does what I think it does. Oops. Damn it. Book 345 or something. Book 343. Don't get it. Maybe you don't have enough information. Book 343. Balloon. You want a quirk? I don't need a balloon. I'm not a kid. Really? How old are you? I'm 20. What? No way! Gotcha! Oh, he got me too with that one. What is that? Looks like a green coaster. Staying here makes it look like someone was sitting there earlier. Screen built in the credenza. Something's on it. Starting up. Please wait. What is it starting? Beats me. Well, my money says it means we don't disqualify if you mess with it. We go look at something else. I'll take that. Haha, now this is brandy. Fier Parent's 200-year-old reserve. You can tell that just by looking at it. I can smell it. That's some nose you got there. Here, just let me have a taste. I don't think so. How can you be so cruel? I care about your safety, Tenmyoji. Suit of armor. Well, it's not really a full suit of armor, is it? It means missing the helmet. So what should we call it? I'm not sure. Okay, well, I'm just going to call it a suit of armor, okay? Suit yourself. Anyway, it's got some red paint on the neck and it's got some paint on the shoulder. Sure it's paint? It could be blood. Hey, don't say stuff like that. Being in a room with a headless suit of armor is creepy enough. He's right. What's this? Is it one of those vacuuming robots you see on TV? You got me. It looks like a machine of some sort. Well, is it turned on? Don't think so. Let's see if... Nope, no luck. Huh. Nothing. Might as well give up. Yeah. Let's go look at something else. We can always come back to it later. Right? Philosophy books, stuff here is pretty sophisticated. I'm amazed you could get that far. Flip the first open, my brain just said, screw this, I'm out. Huh, this is cheap brandy. Alcohol this bad shouldn't even exist. It's best if I dispose it safely with my... I'll be taking that. Aww. Kerosene must be real tightwad if he's stocking his cheap stuff. Might as well be water. Really that bad? Well, I'll admit I can't be sure. It's hard to really judge brandy until you taste it. So, no. Aww. Even Quark. Coaster's green. Looks like there used to be a bottle on it. This is cheap. Try putting a good brand in coaster, but it's ooh. How about we put cheap stuff? Look, the laser beam's spinning all around inside the bottle. Yeah, I made a parallelogram. Red painted ball has something to do with the red section of the wall. Maybe it's part of a letter. Can't really tell from here. Maybe if we look at it from another angle. Book 3, 4, 3. Yeah, it's not opening. Is it locked? Yeah, it looks like it. I don't see anything that looks like a keyhole, though. This diamond-shaped hole in the middle, though. Do you think we're supposed to stick something in there? Maybe. I am not doing that again. Not until I'm sure. What is this? One of the training machines you see on late-night infomercials? It's a facial recognition device. A what? Put your hands on either side and you hold your face in front of that lens. Then it checks your face against whatever's got in its database. Oh, huh. How'd you know that? I'm in the salvage business. Ever so often one of these babies shows up. Doesn't look like it's turned on. Yeah, it only happens when I put my face in front of it. There's something in right on the lens over there that looks an awful like a keyhole. We had a key for it. Think maybe we could turn it on? I assume so. Let's check out the tablet. Does it work? No, there's an empty slot in the back, so it doesn't have a battery? Guess not. Maybe if we can find a battery, we might be able to turn it on. Quark, you are a genius, my friend. Balloon. A globe. Hey, a globe. Doesn't it look kind of weird? I think somebody glued a piece of paper to it. Let's see if we can get it off then. A world map. Oh, one of those. Oh, I get it. What do you want? You shouldn't be yelling at me. Shut up. Oh, God. That's going to be a hassle. What's over here? I want to know. No, only here. Old computer, the keyboard doesn't seem to work, so we can't really do anything. Might as well leave it alone. Alright, now this is tough. No idea what this thing is. Might as well leave it alone for now. Look at this suit of armor. I think he's got something in each of his hands. So he's got a spear instead of a sword? This is a really short spear, though. If you look at the tip on the head, it kind of looks like a diamond. A diamond, huh? Ha! It opened. There's something in here. Is it a key? Wait a minute. I want to test out the slingshot in this balloon. Can I? Balloon in the middle of the room. Well, let's see. Where's that key? There's the key. What does it do? Oh, what's this? It's really big. It's got to be like $100 billion in there. You're such a kid. They're just hiding something they don't want people to see, like some videos. I'm not sure I like the way you said that. Let's just open it and find out. Ugh, I don't think... See? Is it locked? Yeah. Circular input panel on top of the channel. Looks like one of the... So if we just do the same thing we did then... Alright, let's do it. Archive. So we need white to blue. Green to red. Yellow to purple. It cuts off the blue. Nope, can't do that. Damn it. What did I do that for? I'm a genius! Good job. You did it. Nice work. Very impressive. Let's have a look inside. $100 billion. Videos. Yeah. I'd go for the $1 billion. Whoa! Sorry, guys. Looks like all we got is a binder and a deer. So, a bind deer. What the hell is this? Is Zero just making fun of us? A bind deer. Deer's looking at me, Grandpa. Buck up. It's just a fake. A binder, 2 pieces of paper. Bob, Chris, John, Ian, Tony, Michael. Head, swim armor, red paint on neck and shoulder. Red paint on the ball. Looks like an outlet. Why would somebody put an outlet this high? It's probably not an electrical outlet. What is it then? I think you're supposed to insert something into it. Like what? Maybe the deer? Yes, that's it. Remember how there were 2 pegs in the back of the mount? But they fit perfectly. Give it a try. Looks like you were right. So, Bob, Chris, John, Ian, Tony, Michael. Right? Bob, Chris, John, Tony, Ian, Michael. And then Carol likes to be on the left and prefers to be near Bob. Ellen would like to be above Anne. Sophie likes to be on the very right. Kate likes to be next to Michael. Carol likes being on the left. Bob, Tony, John, Ian. Bob, Chris, John, Tony, Ian, Michael. Ah! Book 343. I think this is right. And look at the other side. Maybe the shapes look like something now. Book 334. I know what a book is. Quark. Wait, I don't think you need books around anymore. Remember the back of business card said book 334, so that meant range book number 334. Oh yeah, I guess I already did that. H-E-L Square. Where does the small key go? Oh, light on top turn on. Looks like you managed to turn it on. Alright, it's on now. Your face looked at. One of ours? Yeah. Damn, none of our faces work. Face not recognized, gender mismatch. What does it mean by gender mismatch? Maybe it's saying it needs a girl. There's only 3 of us and none of us are women. Well, maybe if we dress Quark up like a girl. No, no way! Why don't you dress up then? No, just thinking about it, that is making me want to puke. Besides, do you see wig or makeup or anything around here? How would any of us dress up like a woman anyway? Dude, you totally want to do it. No, I don't. Hey, wait a minute. Maybe, what is it? Do you have an idea? Well, it can't hurt to try. Yeah, definitely worth a shot. How long is it? He had that in his pocket. Looks like a piece of paper. No, it's a picture. Oh, yeah, I remember looking at the infirmary. Guess it's worth a shot. It was a picture of Akane. Whoa. Oh my gosh, looks like we're in the villain's secret lair. Huh, didn't think that would happen. Guess the recognition worked. Yeah. So, who is this girl? Hey, stop! She's just a girl. Is she your granddaughter? No. Well, who is she then? Ugh. Damn it, fine, you've already seen her after all. Her name is Akane Kurashiki. Why does Tenmyoji have a picture of Akane Kurashiki when she was a child? I've been looking for her for a long time. Why? Because she's his first love. No, you've got it wrong. You carry the picture everywhere. I don't think I've ever seen you leave it somewhere. And when you don't think anybody's watching, you talk to it. I've seen you do it. Urgh. Huh, didn't mark you for a hopeless romantic, Tenmyoji. Look, it's not about love. I'm not a goddamn romantic. Okay, you don't want to talk about her. I get it. There's a picture in front of the lens. Quark says it's a picture of Tenmyoji's first love. I think the name was Akane Kurashiki. Can't say I'd blame Tenmyoji for falling for her back when he was younger. She was a cute kid. Okay, creepy! First off. Now it comes out. Tenmyoji is Junpei Tenmyoji. That is the secret. Yep, that's it. Junpei Tenmyoji. Tenmyoji's his last name. That's why he was so distraught when he saw Akane in the AB room dead. The computer keyboard doesn't seem to work. Might as well leave it alone. Yeah. Junpei Tenmyoji. Finally. So H-E... Oh, right. The... this. Look. Oh, hey, there's a helmet for the suit of armor. There's a lever next to the chair. Why don't you pull it? It's gonna happen. Come on, is it really that hard to figure out? Think it's gonna go back into the wall? Pull the damn thing and find out. Alright. I guess I should start by sitting in the chair. Then I pull the lever. Here I go! Help. Can I get something on the table? Is that a battery? Don't need to be looking at this right now. I can take care of it when I get back to the other room. Well, again, the chair should turn back around, right? Whatever. Not like I have a choice. Ha! We know that Junpei was sweet on Akane. So, tired time, Yoji. All the excitement can't be easy for someone your age. Why don't you sit down for a bit? Not so old I need the likes of you worrying about me. That's so? Well, I think I'll just have a seat then. Huh? What's that? Thinking maybe it's an eye watching us? I don't think so. I think it's a target. Like a bullseye? Yeah, you're supposed to shoot it. Shoot it with what? Don't be an idiot. You already got what you need. Okay, I'll just use a slingshot too. Whoa, hold there. Do you actually have something to fire? Oh, no, I guess I don't. What are you going to shoot it with then? With mind bullets. It's called telekinesis, Sigma. Anyway, I figured that had slipped your mind, like everything else. Here, I grabbed this off the floor earlier. Take it. Oh, this is the key we used to start the facial recognition device. Thanks, man. Guess I don't have to use special psychic powers after all. Here goes. Aiming. 3, 2, 1, fire! Whoa, nice aim. You got it right in the center. Yes, that suits him. Can't really tell what's from this angle. Looks like it's warped. Help. H-E-L... P. It's P paint on the wall in red paint. Yep. Tenmyoji is Junpei. I still can't believe it either. He's been looking for Akane for a very long time. Looks like I got a tablet turned on. Look, something showed up on the screen. I win. You did it. Good work, Sigma. Take a look at the screen. Star, moon, sun. Got it. Huh? What's this? Looks like a password for the safe. Awesome. Now we can open it. Ding. I win. Good job. It opened. Good work. Looks like this kind of empty this time. There are only 2 things in here. First, we've got the AB room keycards. Oh, there are 2 of them. You guys take one and I'll take the other. Right. We're a pair, so we only need one for the 2 of us. And the other thing is the key as usual. Yes, now we can get out of here. Great. No point in sitting around. Let's go. Don't you want to grab your picture, Tenmyoji? The door lock. Junpei, I should say now. It says lock right now. You guys ready? Yeah. Go for it. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Alright, Junpei. And now it makes sense why he wouldn't betray Clover. Because they were in the first AB game together. But that begs the question. How did Clover and Alice stay as young as they did? The pods. Oh yeah, we must have set it down after using the face recognition thing. Me too. Alright. I'll see you 2 later then. I watched them jog off toward the blue door. And then they were gone. Guess I should be getting back then. Okay, and now we can choose 2 different directions. I mean, geez, we gotta figure out Dio is the dude or something. Stepped in the warehouse to find the other teams already there. Kay and Luna, Fi and Clover, and Dio. The moment Dio spotted me, he dashed over to the rightmost every room and slid the card through the reader. As he turned to look at me, I swear I saw a flash of a smug grin. But Tenmyoji and Quark aren't here. I guess I forgot something back in the room we found. They ran back to grab it real quick. Hope not. While we waited, we exchanged information about the rooms we investigated. Unfortunately, none of it seemed very useful. None of us had found anything. We were no closer to having any of the increasing number of mysteries we were faced with. With that discussion exhausted, we sat down to wait. Yeah, the way I talk is linked to how I read, and I read fast. So, sorry if I kind of my words together. Before long, 20 minutes had passed since Dio opened the door, and Tenmyoji and Quark were nowhere in sight. I'll go have a look. Nah, I'll be fine by myself. It's not that far away. I don't think... Okay. Look, I'm just going to the director's office. I'll be right back. No big deal. Alright, see you guys later. Gave a quick goodbye wave and stepped out of the warehouse. Huh? That's odd. There's nobody here. Picture's gone, though. Tenmyoji and Quark must have been here then. Laid out the floor B map. Must have taken the door that faces the warehouse. After that, they probably went through the warehouse and out the blue door to the elevator. Yeah, so let's try it out. On the other hand, I came through the red door, which is kind of a long way around. Huh, looks like we managed to miss each other perfectly. Ugh. Well, this was a huge waste of time. Shoot. Might as well head back, I suppose. I'd packed up the map and was headed out the door when... Huh? There was a light on where there hadn't been a light before. What? Why is that thing on? I messed with it earlier, but nothing seemed to work. Felt a sudden wave of inexplicable, nauseating dread. The light stared at me. I swallowed and edged cautiously toward it. The machine was in arm's reach now. I stretched my hand out toward it slowly. No, you're... Zero. Ugh. Considered taking a swing at him, but decided that was spectacularly futile and kept my balled fist in my side. bomb? Surprise Bulbasaur. BQZ. RGJ. DXR. Alright, number 1. Told you it was going to go around here. I had no idea what he was talking about. What bomb? What was he... Was he saying there were bombs, too? I had guessed in my future confusion he showed no sign of it. Or if he... Wait, goddammit, you can't just spout all that crap and disappear? I found myself yelling at empty air. The hologram had disappeared. What kind of an idiot does he take me for? Termites? Other dimensions? How could that have anything to do with kidnapping us? Shit! Kicked out a nearby shelf. Ah, crap. I need to get back. Not like there's any point in staying here. Spun around and ran out of the room toward the warehouse. Where are the others? They went in already? Why didn't you two? Have you been waiting for me? Oh? And you had to tell me that no matter what? Seems kind of pointless. I mean, words are cheap. You can promise whatever you want. Okay, go ahead. You get 9 whether you got 2 or 3 points. True, but you must have considered that I'll choose betray. That'd mean you'd choose betray to protect yourselves. Can I trust you? Alright, tell me one thing. Let's say we do this in both ally. Everybody gets 2 points. That means you and Quark will have enough to leave, which is great for you. But I'll be stuck with a measly 5. How do I know you're going to just open the number 9 door and leave us in the lurch? How? Man, so all you got is a promise, huh? Alright, fine. I'll trust you. I trust Junpei and Quark. With that, they turned and ran to the AB room second from the right. Well, I guess I should get moving. had a decision to make. Should I trust Quark and Tenmyoji? And Junpei, excuse you. Well, I could believe they were telling the truth and still betray them. That would bring my BP to 6. I'd be that much closer to 9. And choosing betray would guarantee that they wouldn't try and escape without the rest of us. Betrayal seemed like the safe bet. But Tenmyoji I could betray easily enough, but Quark? So he gave his word he wouldn't go through the number 9 door. The hell was I going to do? We gotta go through both anyway. It's quicker just to jump. I'll keep my promise first. Then we'll go the other route. There we go. Hey, what the hell, guys? Why'd you betray me? Alright, fine. Why'd you break your promise, Tenmyoji? What? So, you're not going to leave. What? What? Don't tell me. The words were barely out of her mouth when Tenmyoji and Quark ran past. Like hell, I'm happy. That's some shady shit, Tenmyoji. Quark held something out. I looked down to see 2 pieces of folded paper. What is this? Pressed it into my hand. Then he turned and ran toward the door, Tenmyoji and Clover following in his footsteps. I was so surprised by the letter I didn't even try to stop them. Before I could think of anything to say, Nobody better be on my ass about being surprised about the letter. Otherwise, I'm gonna shoot Dio in the face and then shoot him again. But with what? Psychic mind powers? What's the letter say? What's the letter say? Looked down at Quark's letter and slowly unfolded it. His handwriting was still slightly uneven, but he'd filled both pages with writing. I began to read. It was a really stormy day when he found me. He said the rain was coming down so hard it almost hurt, but somehow he managed to hear a baby crying. Guess I must have been crying pretty loud. He took me home and did his best to raise me, but he'd never been married or had a kid before, so I think it was really hard for him. He couldn't figure out how to mix the formula, so he was always carrying the directions around with him. Also, I guess I was a pretty picky eater, so if he didn't get the water to formula ratio just right, I wouldn't eat it. I guess I was kind of a pain, huh? But he didn't give up, and now here I am. When he found me, I was really, really small, and he was worried that I might not make it. That's why he named me Quark. A quark is really, really small thing. And I was really, really small too. Grandpa didn't need to worry though, because it turned out that I was pretty tough. When I was one, he forgot I was sleeping in the bed of his truck and drove off. I rolled out and went off the back, but I didn't even get scratched. Started walking when I was 2, and when he wasn't looking, I fell down the stairs. I didn't get hurt then either. When I was 3, I got really sick. I had super high fever for a week, but eventually I got better. Guess you could say I'm pretty lucky. Anyway, I didn't really have any more accidents after that, and I was a pretty healthy kid. By the time I was 6, I started helping Grandpa out with his work. His job was to gather junk from abandoned buildings. Then he'd fix it up or pull out the useful parts and sell them. There were plenty of abandoned buildings, but finding good stuff in them was hard. You had to know which parts were useful, or you could end up wasting a bunch of time. Every time I'd find something, he'd explain to me what it was, how it was supposed to work, how to fix it, all sorts of things. Usually, though, I just wanted to finish up whatever work so I could go to the theater. The theater came to our town once a week in a wagon. They'd show old news or movies. I went every single week, but Grandpa only went once in a while, and he'd only go weeks when they showed movies. Oh yeah, I didn't know that I'd been adopted until I was 7. One of the other kids on my block told me. Guess after Grandpa found me, he looked all over town to try and find somebody who'd take me. The kid from my block actually had a mom, and he'd asked her if she would take me too. I gotta admit, I was pretty shocked when I heard that. There weren't a lot of kids with parents around, so hearing someone lived with his actual mom was pretty impressive. I was also kind of surprised that Grandpa had tried to get someone else to take me. Did that mean he didn't want me? The kid who told me about Grandpa trying to get rid of me was a real jerk. He was totally spoiled, and he'd brag to everyone about how he had a mom. He liked to come up to me while I was working and say stuff like, "Must be hard not having a mother." It had never bothered me before, but after I found out that Grandpa had adopted me, I started to think that maybe he didn't really want me. If I could work on my own, then he could get rid of me. I was scared to know the truth, so I never asked him. Then one day he took me to a bar in our neighborhood. During the day, of course. He went there sometimes to drink scotch, but I'd never gone before. When we got in, he just walked up to the counter with a grumpy look he has, and I thought, oh no, he's gonna make me work here. But I was wrong. Saw him pass something to the bartender, then he picked me up and set me down on a stool next to the counter. The stool was pretty high, especially for a 7-year-old kid, and my legs just dangled off of it. It seemed really, really high to me, and I was pretty nervous. Eventually, the bartender came back over with a glass of scotch and another big glass full of something else. As I looked closer, I realized what the second glass was full of. Some As I looked closer, I realized that the second glass was full of some sort of brown liquid with a scoop of ice cream in it. It took me a minute to realize what it was. A root beer float. I'd never seen one before. I was so surprised. Root beer was even more expensive than the nicest alcohol in the bar. To me and the other kids, it seemed more like an urban legend than a real drink. But there it was, right in front of me. I stared at the float. I still wasn't sure if it was real at that point. Then turned to look at Grandpa. He looked back at me. I didn't know what to do, so I turned to the bartender. He'd already turned around and moved off, though, so I figured he must have put the glass down in front of me on purpose. Still didn't seem like it could be real, and I was just staring at it when Grandpa told me to hurry up and drink it before the ice cream melted. His gruff voice sounded like an angel's. Is this really mine? He nodded. Words can't describe how awesome it was. I'd never tasted anything like root beer before. The creamy sweetness of the ice cream made my entire head feel light. I felt like the luckiest boy in the whole world. That's not an exaggeration. I really thought that. The root beer float was delicious, but what made me even happier was Grandpa. When I looked over at him, he was smiling. I know it's got to be hard for you to imagine, but he really was. Right then, I didn't care whether he just found me and adopted me or not. He'd bought me a root beer float. That made me way luckier than some kid who had a mother but never had tasted root beer. Of course, after we left the bar, he was the first kid I bragged to. So Grandpa and I were doing pretty good until the fight. I was in a super bad mood that day. I'd torn one of my shoes that morning, and some old drunk guy had yelled at me. All the junk I found was totally useless. The day was almost over, and I was fed up, so I grabbed some random trash and took it back to the house. When I showed what I'd found to Grandpa, he frowned. He started going through each thing I'd brought back, explaining what they were all useless. I got really mad and just yelled, "I don't care!" Then he got mad, and I couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. I was pretty upset, and I started thinking that maybe Grandpa had only adopted me so he could raise me to work and make money for him. After a while, I went and hid in an abandoned building, but by then I'd started to calm down and think maybe I should go back and apologize. It started raining pretty hard, though, so I decided I should wait for it to stop. That was just an excuse. The truth was I was nervous. Part of me knew I'd done something wrong, but I didn't want to admit it. The rain didn't stop, though, so I just sat there staring out at the gloomy gray sky. I imagined Grandpa coming to get me. It kept raining all night and he never showed up. I gave up waiting and decided it was time to go home. I was about halfway there when I heard somebody groaning. First, I thought I should just ignore it and not get involved, but I went over anyway, and it was Grandpa. He was totally soaked, and I could tell right away that he'd been there for a really long time. I yelled, and he opened his eyes a little bit. He smiled weakly and said he was glad I was safe. He spent all night out in the rain looking for me. I felt awful. Grandpa had been out in the rain looking for me so long that he'd collapsed. It was horrible. He'd heard me crying in the rain, but I hadn't heard him. As I ran to get the doctor, I promised whatever God might be listening that if they would only save Grandpa, I'd never ask for another root beer float ever again. He got a real bad fever, and his temperature wouldn't go down for days. The doctor said that if it kept up, he'd die. If he died, then I'd be all alone. There wouldn't be anybody left to care about me. The thought of that happening terrified me. Fortunately, I must have passed some of my luck on to Grandpa, because a week later his fever finally broke. I was so glad he wasn't going to die, but I was also a little scared. What if he had decided he didn't want a stupid kid like me around anymore? My plan was to apologize as soon as he woke up, but when the moment came, my brain just stopped. Grandpa started to talk, and it took me a minute to realize he was apologizing. I didn't know what to think. He explained that he was an old man and that meant he was probably going to die sooner rather than later. He was strict with me because he wanted to make sure I'd be able to make it on my own after he was gone, but maybe he'd been a little too strict. All the things I'd worried about had been stupid and selfish. Grandpa cared about me a whole lot. I'd been worried when I ran off, and he'd gone out into the rain to look for me. I tried to apologize, but when I opened my mouth, I just started crying. I don't think I've cried that much since I was a baby. But he just smiled and patted my head. I asked him if he'd ever regretted adopting me. His eyes got all wide and he said, "Of course not." He told me that he was looking for a really important lady, and because of that, he'd had to give up on pretty much everything else in his life. But when he took me in and started raising me, he felt like he'd gotten some of what he lost back. That was when I decided I'd stay with him forever, even if he said I couldn't. Oh, Junpei. You dirty old bastard, you. Ah. Oh. Tenmyoji's ending, right? Yeah. Oh. Oh. That's heart-wrenching. That's beautiful. Why would you do that? Right in the feels. Now I have to feel bad about betraying them. I mean, I feel bad about betraying them in the first place, but Jesus Christ. Oh. Oh my god. I was wondering how they knew each other and why Quark would be calling him Grandpa, but oh, that's beautiful, poetic, and just oh no. Yep, yep, yep. Hey, what's the deal? So why'd you choose betray? Hmm? What? Oh no. Grab some tinfoil, damn it. Ugh. Clover! What the hell do you think you're doing? What? Justice? What do you mean? You walk out of here. Deal up to Clover, his fist raised. Clover easily avoided him and moved toward the door. I caught one last glimpse of her face as she slid through the door. It was a mask of ice. God damn it. No! We have all the endings except for Fi's, which is over here. And this is a long line, so we're going to finish it up next episode. We're going to make it the finale. If not, it'll just be a tack on the end of this episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. This was a lot of fun. I really liked that ending that we got with Tenmyoji. The letter. Oh. Junpei is such a good character. He has his flaws, yes. He's a dick sometimes. But that's only in Zero Time Dilemma and this game. When we play as him, he's not a dick. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!